Everybody. So we are now into Unit 4, Lesson 3, well into Unit 4. And obviously, this unit has to do with writing to express an opinion. Writing to express an opinion is an extremely important aspect of writing, probably the most important aspect, especially when you're thinking about moving forward into grade 11 college, grade 12 college courses, university, whatever your goal is. The majority of what you'll be writing will be to express your opinion or attempt to persuade someone that your opinion is the correct one. And that's really what we're going to be going through. This unit actually takes a lot of the other units that we've done into account and builds on them, from writing sentences, writing paragraphs, to putting together a 5-paragraph opinion piece, which will be the summative for this unit. The culminating for the course will be for you to write kind of an essay that basically is simply a little bit longer of a 5-paragraph opinion piece. So everything that we're doing is working towards the end. I've talked before about how education builds off itself, and that's really what we're doing here. We're building towards final exam and the big culminating project that we're doing. For this unit, obviously, it's going to be writing an opinion piece where you choose a topic and then try to persuade the reader, me, that you're correct. So we're going to go through the lesson and see what we're doing today. So a couple quotes here, one from the Bible, one from George Bernard Shaw, about the concept of opinions and why opinions are important and being sure of our opinions. Down here talks about purpose and audience. Whenever you're writing, it's always a good idea to remember to think about the purpose. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to persuade someone? Are you trying to inform them? What exactly are we doing? And for our purpose, for this unit, we're trying to persuade someone that our opinion is the correct one. Also important to keep in mind your audience. Who are you writing to? You would write differently if you're writing to a friend than if you're writing to a teacher, than if you're writing to your boss in any way. Difference in terms of tone, language, what you're writing about, etc. So it's always important to keep in mind who your audience is. And so some tips here for appealing to your audience. Please go through them, understand them. We have a video clip, again, that's going to reinforce the concept of audience and purpose. Please watch it, take notes as you would on all these lessons. It'll help you moving forward with this assignment and with the summative for this unit. Here's a really good example of an opinion piece. You're going to click on it and it'll download it. You can open it up. Excellent tool to use in every single one of these lessons, because it's a really, really good example of an opinion piece. And it's kind of what we're going to be working towards. We're going to be using that later. A little bit about structure and organization of an opinion piece, how we're doing that. Here's an example of exactly that, of the structure of an opinion piece. So the question, can teenagers play a significant role in saving the environment? Well, that's either a yes or no. So either you believe yes, they can, or no, they can't. Whichever way you believe, you create your thesis statement. And this thesis statement is probably the most important part of your essay or your paragraph or your opinion piece, whatever you want to call it. Your thesis is the kind of the building blocks for everything else. Everything else builds off your thesis. Your thesis is what you're proving. And that's the key, the word to remember is proving. In order to prove something, you don't just talk about it, you actually use examples and proof to back up what you're saying. It's really kind of, I've been talking about that a great deal. I talked a lot about that in your feedback, about providing proof for what you're saying and examples in order to help persuade the reader of your work you're correct. And that's really what you're doing here. Topic, sentence, supporting statement, right? So a topic, sentence, a point, and then examples to back up that point. Again, a point, examples to back up that point. And then finally, your conclusion, you simply restate your thesis statement. So again, another interactive aspect here about the concept of point of view. Please take a look at it, take notes. So what you're going to be doing today is planning an opinion piece. Okay? Basically, you're not going to write it. You're not going to write it. And this isn't please don't feel like this is the topic you have to choose, 2 lessons from now when you actually start to write your opinion piece. This is simply, choose something and just to plan how to do it. Very similar to what we did in the news report. You planned a news report before you actually wrote one. So we're doing that again here with an opinion piece. What I do want you to do is go down here and add a discussion to your Padlet. So basically what you're looking for is just kind of help everybody come up with maybe things to write about. So a couple things, 2, 3 things that you think you might want to discuss in your opinion piece. These are usually very arguable things you fall directly on one side or the other. It's very different to argue something you don't really care about or you're not sure how you feel about. Usually we argue something that we're very set in our beliefs about it. So 2 examples that I've given. One would be the straws should be banned in all restaurants and plastic bags should be banned across the province. One kind of point about these ideas, sometimes in school and sometimes in life, we have to argue things we don't necessarily believe in, whether it be you're instructed by your teacher to talk about something or your boss to do something. You don't have to believe in something to argue it. Sometimes it's a good thing to argue something that you don't believe in because you'll understand why you don't believe in it, and you can use those as your arguments. So go ahead and please contribute here. Everyone should have a post here that's going to help people come up with what they're going to write for this little assignment, and then maybe as well for your major assignment, where you're going to have to take an idea and bring it out into a 5-paragraph piece. So please go down to this Google document, open it up. You'll see that it's very similar to the outline for the news report. All you're going to do is put a topic. You don't have to write an introduction. You don't have to write a conclusion. Write your topic down in a full and complete sentence explaining what it is and what side of the issue you fall on. So yes, I believe, or no, I do not believe. And then you're going to find 3 points that you're going to argue that. And then you have to come up with 3 examples or supporting pieces that prove those points. So point number 1, 3 examples. Point number 2, 3 examples. Point number 3, 3 examples to back that up. And that's really what you're doing. You're backing up your opinion. You always want to provide proof and evidence that you are correct. An opinion piece, although it says opinion, it's a supported opinion piece. It is important that you support your ideas so that the reader of your work is persuaded. Please remember, you are just planning. We're not writing this. We are working towards a 5-paragraph opinion piece. And this is what we're kind of practicing, working up to doing. Okay, down here is, again, an exemplar of this assignment. It's an example on the topic of banning water bottles. Please take a look at it and then kind of hopefully conform to that. So what we're doing here is we're assessing the sum is validated based on your ability to effectively plan a topic and 3 supporting paragraphs for an opinion piece using the provided template. Remember, the template is you don't have to write out the paragraphs. It is literally like one topic sentence and then what examples you would use. As always, please, if you go outside and look for find sources to back this up, if you do research, that's awesome. You actually get marks for doing that. If you do that and pull that work into your own work, you must have a works cited page and you must have embedded citations. Embedded citations were explained in the video I did on MLA format. If you're not sure, please go back into the last unit and review. Okay, so hopefully everyone does very well with this. It's almost at the end. We're almost at our culminating and then our exam in a couple weeks. Stick with it and you'll have great success. Okay, thanks very much.